Epic Entertainment Critics. I am Antoine.
I'm still James.
And we got a nice little podcast planned for y'all today. Got a few things to talk about, man. Some stuff dropped. We got a couple trailer reactions. We didn't get no movie review in, but we still gonna keep it going. ain't nothing out I want to review, but you know, we're gonna get it popping next week on the movies. But right now we got a few things on the agenda. We're gonna talk about Star Wars: The Last Jedi. Now that's Star Wars: The Last Jedi dropped December 15th? Yeah, so the movie dropped December 15th. We did a review and a spoiler discussion. Check it out. It's up on the channel. So they have released, they are either they did release or they're gonna release the DVD. The digital, I guess it's gonna be digital copy first or whatever.
Yeah.
But you know, all it takes about a month. Man, it's been like what? It's been like 3 months, ain't it? Yeah, it's been about 3 months. So it's time for it to be on DVD. Yeah. So
they finally came out with some deleted scenes.
Yes. So before we talk about deleted scenes, we're gonna talk a little bit about the mixed reviews the movie had, where a lot of Star Wars fans, a lot of hardcore Star Wars fans, feel like they got stabbed in the back, or they got stabbed in the back with a lightsaber. Or should I say, a lot of hardcore Star Wars fans felt like they were sleeping in the hut and somebody tried to kill them in their sleep.
Uncle Luke, no.
Yeah. So they have released the deleted scenes, some of the deleted scenes. I don't know if it's all of them, but at least I know of at least 3 of them they released, and we're gonna go ahead, watch them, and do a little reaction for them. And my question is, you think these deleted scenes will make the movie better or worse? But you ain't seen the scene yet.
Right.
But do you think?
I have a feeling that it'll make the movie more what it was intended to be.
Right. I would say, do you think the
I
movie
think they'll be just
more?
as divisive as the movie itself.
It might make things worse.
Yeah.
But yeah, I would say, do you think the movie need more?
I mean, I would hope
explaining or
I don't think so. Like, because most of the stuff that's confusing in that movie is clearly, sci-fi BS.
Yeah.
So like, I'm not expecting too much from these, but like, I'm hoping to get at least a chuckle out of one.
Man, it's things that was in the movie that should have been deleted.
Yeah.
Now, if you want to talk about that list, I got a long list of that. The milking the cow titties with the milking the cow. That should have been deleted. That should have been a deleted scene.
That whole scene.
And everybody would have been, when they saw that scene, they would have been like, man, I know why they deleted that shit. Good job.
They could have deleted the entire casino planet.
Yeah. So we're gonna watch these deleted scenes. Now I got a little breakdown of what the deleted scenes are. So I'm kind of gonna give you, before we get into it, we're gonna talk about what they said about these deleted scenes, and then we're just gonna watch and react to it. So the first deleted scene was that I saw was the Phasma and Finn confrontation. Now what they're gonna do is it's more to it than what they showed on the film. Okay. It's actually, they saying this is like a totally different scene that was shot. Now they might have just cut it up to make it to look like it's a whole different scene. So I'm not sure if it's just that scene cut up some, or was it a whole nother scene shot?
That fits with some of the stuff I'd been hearing from folks that worked on the movie about that particular confrontation. Like, they were really excited to get into it. They really wanted to show like,
man, dude, I was asking for that since Force Awakens.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? That only makes sense. She's in charge of the stormtroopers. Finn was a stormtrooper that defected.
Not only that, he was one of the success stories from her program before
right.
he went off.
Well, I'm saying that's another thing. And not only when Finn defected or whatever, that made her look bad, and Kylo Ren called her out, in front of everybody. So that would have made her even madder you know? So I was like, okay, I'm about to find this motherfucker myself, bring him back, and then show him as an example to all the other stormtroopers that this shit can't happen, you know?
Yep.
But they never went there, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
And then when he finally had a confrontation with the First Order on the Force Awakens, he had found some nameless dude that says, traitor, you know, who is this guy? Like, is this dude real good with the baton or whatever the fuck he was fighting with or something? Was he the baton master or whatever?
He was the heavy. That's all he was. He was the heavy.
And I'm not saying they need to add in more characters, but if you're going to make him somebody for Finn to fight, they should have gave him maybe a little backstory as in, I'm the dopest baton master up in the First Order.
And it never hurts to give a character a face.
Yeah. I mean,
like this.
All right, he could have been anybody.
He's a faceless mook.
That's
what stormtroopers are. They're faceless mooks. That way, when they die, no one gives a damn.
That's why that scene meant nothing, and that's why it didn't mean nothing for him to fight that guy. That's why I'm like, why the fuck would you give him a confrontation with the First Order and not have him fight Phasma?
Yeah,
that only makes sense.
Because she's the only meaningful member of that whole squad.
Thank you. And not to mention, she should have took it personal that he defected. You know, so I can go all day about that shit. That
character was so underutilized.
Oh my goodness! And we about to see if they made up for it with this deleted scene by giving her more of a.
And then I can start complaining about them not putting the scene in the movie as opposed to them not making the scene.
But you never know. It might be worse. It might be better. We will see. So without further ado, we're gonna watch the Finn and Phasma scene and see if we and then we have some discussion on our feelings on that scene. So. Deleted scene, Finn and Phasma. So, I'm not sure this...
Disobedient, disrespectful, traitor!
You call for order. You beat us down. But when your shiny neck is threatened, you squeal like a whoop-haw. The evidence blew up at the base, but you and I know the truth. When I put a gun to your head, you shut down Starkiller shields. Now what would your troops do if they found out? Or your masters?
Who would believe a story like that?
They ain't real loyal, are they?
No.
Oh, no, this might be
Why are they all suddenly in a pile?
Rebel scum.
I'm not sure what ruined that for me.
Hold on. Okay. Make sure that ain't gone. All right, we back. We just watched the deleted scene of Finn and Phasma from The Last Jedi. So what you think about that scene, James? Brother James.
I still want to know why he says rebel scum. I do not like that line. I do not like that line at all.
All right. We gonna jump into the bad dialogue, but what you think about the scene? Did you think it was better than the original scene, or worse, or how your feelings on that?
It was different.
Yeah,
but like, I don't know, man. Like, it doesn't feel better or worse. It just feels like a different scene.
Boy, you jumped right in my head. Took my thoughts and be like, let me borrow those for a minute, because I was thinking the same things. Like, dude, this ain't better. It's not worse, but it's like it's the same scene.
It's like
just in a slightly different.
I feel like there's no real reason why they picked the scene they used over this one. It was like that's just the one they did.
It's something. Okay, if some things in this scene was better, because they did tackle things that you wanted to address from Force Awakens. Phasma turned off the shields or whatever, and she never had to own up to that. You know what I'm saying? And she was she cowardly, just like did it without even putting up a fight or whatever. And And then you think it's things like that you'll be like, okay, that happened in the first one. They gonna say something about that, you know what I'm saying? And how Finn should have a strong hatred for Phasma because she's probably the one who kidnapped him and try to brainwash him. And she don't think him as she say disrespectful and disobedient. A lot of D's. I don't know why she had to, but anyway, stuff like that where they kind of it's a better scene. It's like I see I want to say their heart was in the right place on trying to tackle all the stuff that we wanted to know about from the first movie, but the execution was a little off.
Right. The scene that wanted to be would have been hands down, no contest, better than the one they used.
Yeah.
But they was reaching.
Yeah. I don't think they was. See, I don't want to say they was reaching. I want to say maybe they was rushing. Maybe they just wanted to hurry up and just put that together because I think that was put there for the fans. I believe because the fans had too many of them questions about Phasma, about what happened after that. After Starkiller Base, after they shut down the shield and all that, and they said they threw in a trash compactor. I wonder what happened after that. What happened? What's going to happen when Finn and Phasma finally face off? And not much. Now, now my problem was the way they did this look when she shot all four of them.
Yeah, I didn't like that. I sold it. Oh God, that particular video trick, like,
it works maybe with two. But if you got four targets and you sit there and aim four different directions, which two was behind you, by the way, so that means you went like this,
and they didn't show it being a fluid motion. You just saw.
Right, they had a cut of her pointing in four different directions, shooting four people. And it's like, okay, that's cool, but why the other two dudes gonna stand there and get shot? Right. You know what I'm saying?
Because they all pointing guns at you. How is no one fired yet?
Right. And I mean, like, and I was looking like, that might have worked if they had maybe two guards and she decided to shoot them just because they might have heard too much. I was like, okay. But like she said, who's going to believe that? And then they looking at each other, who?
Like, because...
Oh, shit.
Not only that, but like, in my mind, the best way for that scene to work is if one guy gets ready to shoot and she does that underarm shot.
Yeah, maybe.
Takes him out. And everybody's like, whoosh, hey, we went with him.
Yeah. I mean, you know what? You're right. Maybe they would have done some like trick shot kind of deals or something, but the way that little close up with four shots, that didn't work for me.
Yeah.
But I was thinking like, boy, them stormtroopers ain't really loyal. I mean, I thought they was brainwashed because as soon as he said, hey, you shut down the shields, they looking like, oh,
wait,
shit.
She did what?
What? Maybe this bitch ain't the one to follow.
She let this dude punk her out?
Yeah, maybe we should join the Rebel Alliance or something. I don't know. They got that shook. You mean to tell me they loyalty was that weak that they was just because he just said that while guns are being pointed at him, they was about to flip sides, and she was so wary that she just had to kill him right there.
The only thing that would make that bit campier is if someone said, yeah, guys, she's not so tough after all.
Because I guess that gave the body language of, maybe I don't know. Whoa, maybe what he's saying is true or whatever. Yeah, I'm like, okay, like, that's corny.
Even for her to not even like rebuff it, just say, now who would believe that? What y'all doing?
I don't know, man. That's why I was like, maybe they was better off without that scene because
that scene needed a different director.
Yeah, it just like we said, I like the idea of the scene. I wanted the scene, but I'm looking at the execution of it is like I think maybe they made the right choice by cutting out because the original scene did look like it was cut up and kind of clunky.
Yeah,
because people was pointing out when the explosion happened, they was here, and then next thing you know, they got to this part. Right. It's like, how did they get here? So, you know what I'm saying? Things might have happened there.
So, like, I think, like, they just didn't bother resetting.
Yeah. They kept in Rebel scum in both scenes.
The one thing in both scenes that didn't need to be in that movie at all.
That look on your face.
That offends, because, like, we've all been in that moment where someone thinks they got something, bad to say, something smart to say. And it's like, Bro,
Well, I mean, in movies like this, you waiting on the one liner or you waiting on a line, you know.
yeah.
And that line, oh man, you failed. It's like try again, motherfucker. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's like, come on, man. You kind of fucked the scene up with a bad line.
Yeah.
And it's supposed to be an iconic moment, an epic moment between major characters in this series, and you say that bullshit. You just made it a joke.
Like that could have been a damn straight or a proud of it, you know, but no.
Anything.
Rebel scum.
Damn Skippy. I'll take damn Skippy over that shit.
Damn Skippy.
But
Fuck your comment.
what was worse, Rebel Scum or Chrome Dome? That's like saying the head of the chest. Which way you want to die?
Like, give this dude some better lines, man.
I know, man.
He's reading them as well as he
Man,
can, man. Give
fuck
him some
y'all
better
writers
lines.
for giving that dude those lines, man. For real,
That corny
man.
ass shit.
No, man. Ain't no excuse for that shit, and you know it ain't no excuse. Chrome Dome.
Bring it on, Chrome Dome.
But serious, man. I ain't heard that shit since Ninja Turtles, dude. That's what they used to call Shredder on the old cartoon. You know, from the 80s.
That's how dated
and 90s.
That's how dated Chrome Dome is.
I know, man.
It was on the original Ninja Turtles.
Yeah, and that's what I'm saying. I'm like, dude, they didn't even, and you see, they didn't carry it over to the movies, so they thought it was corny even back then to use, and now you're gonna use it in 2017. Come on, man.
It ain't cool,
Man, the hell with y'all for that scene, for putting that dialogue in that shit, man.
Why you gotta ruin my boy scenes with lines like Chrome Dome and Rebel scum?
I'm telling you like this, man. I like Finn. I love John Boyega as an actor. It's one of my favorite actors, my favorite young next generation actors. And y'all are ruining what he's building.
Yeah.
Because he built something with Finn. But even though y'all made him gave him most of the jokes, guess what? He still knocked it out of the park. When you try to make him a joke character, he still knocked it out of the park and became a fan favorite, even though y'all didn't plan on it because y'all wanted Rey to be a fan favorite. Rey has less fans than any character on Star Wars. Most people do not like Rey.
That's because she's stale.
And women don't even like Rey because they made her a Mary Sue.
Yep. So,
you know, you gave this dude real bad lines, and his acting is over. Is what's the word I'm looking for? Not overpowering. He's elevating. He's elevating the character with his acting. But you killing me with shit like Chrome Dome and Rebel Scum. You know, so please, man, try harder, man. Yeah. Stop fucking this dude over with these bad lines. That's all I'm saying on that.
Just do better.
Yeah. And so, you know, on the scene, dude, it had potential, but I'm good with it not being in the movie. What's your last take on that?
Yeah, I that's one of those take it or leave it situations. You know, so whatever.
I mean, I like the idea of talking about what happened on Force Awakens, but it didn't really work for me.
Like, not only that, but like there's a tone change.
And you're right though, the direction was kind of bad.
Because there's a tone change when he starts in on her.
Yeah,
you know, it's like you go from ready to battle to now let's talk about.
Yeah, I know. That's all I was about to say. He was talking too long. Where, you know, are you gonna shoot him or are you gonna let him tell his life story? You know what I'm saying? Like, I got a gun on you. I don't need to hear you.
I was just a kid from the mean streets of Dagobah when you snatched me up.
And I want to silence you because you know something that I don't want nobody else to know.
Right, like there was no reason why he didn't get shot the second he dropped his guard.
I know. No, that's not the time to talk. You know, it just didn't make sense. And that's why I was like, okay, the talking's going on a little long because when I had a gun on you, I did this and I did that, you this and you that. I don't need to hear your last words. Bam! You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. And how would so-and-so feel if they found out about that? Huh?
Yeah.
Huh?
You know, excuse me, it's these are lasers. Pew! But you know what I'm saying? They didn't really need this scene. You know, let's move on to the next scene.